Oh, I'm a zombie.
Welcome back, loyal listeners and those of Lost Hope. Yes,
I'm a zombie.
You can absolutely hear them in the background. We are back from the longest short rest in D&D in history.
Boom. Long rest. It's got to be a long rest.
My hit points are like
Triple
max
short rest.
to the max.
Yes.
For those of you
Xisk
who've been waiting
finally got
with
it.
bated breath, you can exile now. For
Exile.
those of you who...
You can exile?
You're out. You're out.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah. That's staying in. That's staying in.
This is just going to break down. For those of you who have been waiting with bated breath, you can exhale now. For those of you who forgot that we existed, surprise! We're like that saving throw you thought you'd never need. Yes, we are back after a year-long, let's call it, downtime.
It's like chlamydia.
You
Okay.
never thought you'd need
You never-
Here we are.
You thought you got rid of it, and yet.
I need
Now,
everyone who's been holding their breath for this long to go to Vegas and get yourself a show now.
Yeah, that's
What
incredible.
are you doing here?
Go to
Incredible.
Vegas and exile.
Sorry, Kevin, you were saying.
Continue.
I was saying, go to Vegas and get chlamydia. Is that what I was saying?
Please, no. Probably
I
haven't
don't think so,
done
man.
anything.
I don't know.
My
right.
father took me to Vegas for my 21st birthday, and now we're here.
Okay.
All right, go to Vegas and get a clamato. Now, you might be wondering, where have you been for a year? For those of you who have been frantically rolling perception checks, you have finally reached a natural 20. We haven't been trapped in the Wasted West or petrified by a slang, though honestly, either of those excuses would have been way cooler than real life got in the way.
Boring.
But fear not. Our
Good
intrepid
observational
team
humor.
has dug out their character sheets. They have polished their dice, and they are now raring to bumble their way through more adventure. Gideon has gained proficiency in procrastination. Ilex
so fucked
has
up.
mastered the new skill of remember where we left off.
Oh, I think
Xisk
just over
has
there.
found the zen of counting the slow drips from his maple hole. And Maeve, well, let's just say she's been working on her improved excuses cantrip.
I'm not making excuses. I'm just busy.
Like some Mavros destroyed and decayed Degrassi Junior High reunion.
Canada.
Let's
Hey.
That's where we're from.
It's Canadian.
spend a little time recapping the story so far so that everyone is refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to roll.
I gotta say, I'm pretty sure one of the Degrassi seasons ended with the school burning down.
Whoa,
fuck.
exciting.
I would not be surprised.
I'm pretty sure there was one Degrassi season I started where the start of the season was like, yeah, it's crazy that our junior high burnt down. Anyway, how was
Anyway.
physics?
Anyway.
I think that was Degrassi High and not Degrassi Junior High.
As in the burnt down school or the
As in-
survivors?
What does it matter?
Is there really Degrassi Junior High?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
There's also
Get
Degrassi
up in the
pre-decay.
morning, gotta
Yeah,
get a
I was gonna
feeling,
say
gee, I gotta
teenagers.
go to school.
Well, they're all teenagers, I mean, supposedly. But like 12-year-olds?
Griffin, can you please make the outro for this episode be the Degrassi theme song?
I will not. Our legal team is not as robust as it once was.
Oh, get on it.
Oh my god, Maddie.
I'm sorry.
You're level 8? I'm level 8.
You don't need. I don't think you need your sheet right now.
I know, but I don't even know what level I am, guys. I'm level
We're all
8.
8. We're all 8.
We're all 8.
I haven't updated this cool little book that Diego got everybody forever.
Ah, yes. Hello, casters. It's your friendly neighborhood grumpy sound guy, which is my nickname in our internal Discord. But that doesn't matter.
They don't know
what matters. What
Did
matters?
you say internal
Yeah.
or eternal?
eternal or internal?
Discord.
Eternal.
Discord will last forever, and if you're on our Discord, you know that. The one bit of housekeeping I have before we go forward, in order to be more consistent with recording and releasing, so that we don't have a big lapse in episodes like we did, is we are switching to a bi-weekly release schedule.
Yay.
Now, I will say that I won't commit to that forever, in that if I'm super ahead, I'll just put one out the next week. But what I can commit to is bi-weekly. But you might get a surprise episode. And what I will also offer is that if you're in our Discord, you might get an episode early before the rest of the world.
What?
So get in the freaking Discord.
What is this Discord? My goodness.
Listen, I love the game and I love the podcast, but the biggest thing that spurred me on was our Discord members. So, you're
good.
Here we are. Welcome back. Kev, what have we done?
What is this
campaign?
Place? Where are
am
we?
I? Who are
We're in
you?
this liminal place that I don't know anything about.
We are going to start from the beginning. We are going to start from the day that Gideon, Xisk, and Maeve all separately wandered into the seat of Mavros in anticipation of the mustering. Each of them had their own reasons. Gideon was there to support his pirate queen, Faye.
I'm just gonna go take a little rest here while you guys are doing this. I'm
I'm
gonna wash my face. I'll just
You're on this street guy for like 25 episodes.
Xisk was with Isabella,
Sure was.
and Maeve was searching for her long-lost love, Veridon.
I was so young and innocent then.
Back then, young.
We all were.
Well, I
It's
was
only been-
middle-aged.
Well,
So,
yes.
Yeah.
That's so long
Right.
ago. It was only probably a couple weeks,
It was
really.
literally like 2 weeks.
I'm afraid 7 days, unfortunately. The timeline is...
Stop.
We were
That
only in
is
Mavros
insane.
for the extent of the 7-day mustering. It didn't
Insane.
happen, but we were in Mavros for 7 fucking days.
Oh no.
Wow.
So much has changed.
And 3 of those days were passed by a bell falling.
That's true.
Okay, so after they all met each other and Big Willard, as they all gathered together to be volunteer foe fighters, they met several other Mavros fighters, including Erebus, who ended up beating Veridon, but is now a Death Knight,
Oh my god.
Lady La Jolla, the Paladin, as well as a bunch of different characters throughout the seat of Mavros, the Tent City.
Isn't Lady La Jolla also a Death Knight?
I don't think we know the... I don't think the fate of Lady Lokoya has been confirmed.
Oh my god.
That's right. They spent a lot of time focused on the bone jobber Ilexyldean, also a loose,
I forgot about
and her
that
golden
one.
tent.
God, I wish I'd
Favorite
met
character in the
her.
whole podcast.
She was something else.
She was great.
As that time passed, they had several misadventures and misunderstandings and, let's say, meddled in the lives of were-rats and rat folk.
Listen, we thought we were doing something good. It turns out we were interfering. It's
Yeah.
a complicated situation.
I blame Hakan. Is that fair? I blame Hakan.
I think we can all safely blame Hakan.
That
Yeah, easily.
sausagey bitch.
What happened to those pipes, anyways?
That's
He
a good
has-
question. We gotta
He
go and
has
get
them
them. We'll
he's
figure out.
fucked off to Savoyne.
I've never been comfortable with Hakan having the pipes.
They stumbled across a plot by the cult of the Black Goat, where roachlings were being implanted into several spectators at the mustering, perpetrated by the Mantis monks. They spent several episodes discovering, fleeing from, and fighting the Mantis monks.
Wait a minute. The Black Goat cult and the Mantis monks were working together?
Yeah.
What?
They're the same?
I think
Have
so,
we known
yeah.
this the whole time? Oh, maybe Gideon doesn't
Yes.
know. Poor Gideon.
Maybe.
Holy shit. Yeah, just Gideon doesn't know. This is all an act.
Haha.
They received multiple warnings. They saw the Black Crier dance across the sky.
Yeah.
Weird omen.
They saw various ships blow up on the river. They worked hard. They put themselves in the middle of the ring trying to get the final battles of the mustering postponed. They were joined in the later days by Templar's Verge, a minor artifact of Mavros.
Minor.
And
Minor artifact.
Minor?
I thought Templar was
pretty
Mavros's actual
Yeah, I'm
sword.
pretty sure Mavros was like, ooh, thanks for bringing my sword
My
back.
Best
Best
sword
Best
ever.
and favorite sword.
This is so fucked. He's rewriting history. We should have given this opportunity.
No, the character arc for Templar was that it became the sword for Mavros. Remember,
so it was like
was
an
lost.
aspirational sword.
Climbed the corporate ladder.
Right,
Templar was
yeah,
the
yeah.
dumbass dagger, and now they're a scimitar.
They got a promotion.
Its bearer was a drunken reprobate named Blaine.
Ugh.
Sorry, I cannot let this slide. Blaine McNutt. I will not let you forget that it's Blaine McNutt.
I'm fine with
Blaine
forgetting.
McNutt.
I won't. He's a buff David Suzuki man, and the AI art around him has been insane.
Amazing. Immaculate.
That's right. They did manage to save tens of thousands of spectators by defeating several of the implanted spectators and driving them from the seat of Mavros before the arrival of Uthul van Esklach.
Let me just remind the audience here that we're all still volunteers. We're not being paid for any of this, and we're doing all the work in this freaking city.
Everybody else is just eating mini donuts and popcorn.
Yes, and we never got our free mini donuts that we got.
None of the other foe fighters came to go fight Bilgrim. None of
Nobody.
the other foe fighters came to go find the frickin' pyramid where we met frickin' Broadwolf and Diamond Gap. They were all up doing the little Mavros Cafe frickin' espresso sipping.
It was deep under the river where they first discovered the plot by the Mantis Warriors, where they freed Broadwolf and Diamond Gap. Then, with the sudden and unexpected arrival of Mavros himself, as the Ancient One appeared on the horizon.
Shut up, everybody.
Moving
I gotta look good in front of the boss.
for the first time in centuries, the sound, the heavy tread of the thousands of tentacles that make up Uthul van Esklach's feet. Templar's Verge led the group. Gideon, Diego.
Wait,
Gideon and his buddy Diego.
I know
Come on,
Gideon
Diego.
and Diego have the same letters in them.
Oh,
That is crazy. I've never noticed that.
Yeah, should I go by Diegon so that it
Diegon.
all like
If you don't
makes
mind.
sense?
That's
Yeah.
some real.
Okay.
That's some real Game of Thrones shit. Just put a random consonant at the end of the word, like fucking Brandor.
Templar's Verge led our heroes, Gideon, Xisk, and Maeve, each of them inhabited by the spirit of one of the saints of Mavros, and all of them swelling, growing to titanic size to take on the Ancient One and its minions.
That was the most powerful I have ever felt.
this is Emma here. I did like 3,000 points of damage in one turn there, and it
Yes.
was
I think
so
we
meaningful.
Created the first
Yeah.
like 3 shots.
It
we
was
took
so
on this
good.
thing.
That was one of the first times I've played D&D with Kevin, where you can kind of hear him figure out his damage system as we play. And he went, oh,
It's like, you meant this, right? Because watch me womp you.
Right, what was it? Like you times it by 30? Is that what we did?
Something like that, yeah.
God.
That felt great. Thanks for that, Kevin.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Kevin, thank you.
Yeah. So,
And I mean that. Sorry. I mean that, though.
they were able to destroy the Ancient One, leaving its carcass in the river, but saving, well, at least a small portion of the seat of Mavros. Thousands of lives were spared because of the actions of our heroes. Mavros, though, in his fury, declared that all wizards will be prisoners until the Ancient Ones were banished from the western wastes.
That's kind of ageist, isn't it? Don't we think that's kind of ageist? Like, I mean, just
Like
call them.
what's the threshold?
Yeah,
Like, we lived more than,
exactly.
like 600 years, 1,000 years, you know what I mean?
Like, it's pretty rude.
Yeah.
Lots of
Right.
people live
Why
longer.
don't they just? They should just call them big ones.
Yeah, big ones,
Big boys.
mean
Big-
Yeah,
ones,
but then
big
that's
uns.
sizest. you
bad
know?
boys.
Sizist.
That is sizest.
Gideon's
Yeah.
biggest thing is that people have been too sizist. Is that your character?
I found it.
Yay!
It was with my taxes.
Oh, weird.
Obviously.
Where all the important documents go.
Of course.
There's something actually quite telling about that. That's quite nice.
Yeah, that is excellent. Which means her taxes are also a year late.
Listen, my accountant doesn't play around. She gets on me. There's no way that would ever happen.
Amazing.
He sent out his 8 final champions, those who were in the center ring in the seat of Mavros when it was destroyed. These 8 have been risen as Death Knights and sent out on a quest.
Whoops.
Bam. Including Faye. Land ho, Captain. There she blows.
Oh, Faye.
And Erebus. Do we have the voice of Erebus as a Death Knight?
We don't have it, actually, I don't think.
It's not in the file?
I think we do.
I'll have to check my taxes.
Now, it was not all doom and gloom, because in the aftermath, we also met Ilexyldean and her companion, Badman Turner Overlander.
I forgot about Badman. Oh,
I did.
How could you forget about Badman?
I can't
When there's
believe
2
it.
cute animal creatures, there becomes a rivalry. It's true.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gideon. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Griffin's
I'm fine.
crying a little bit, actually.
I'm fine. I said.
As they were struggling with the aftermath of the carcass of the Ancient One, as Gideon's captain was struggling with his boat.
Captain Pottings. We haven't said that yet. Captain Pottings. Ashton Pottings.
Captain Pottings.
Fuck, hedgehog. Fuck.
Ilex and Badman Turner Overlander arrived.
Hey, Ilex is here.
Did we miss the party?
And everyone set off in search of Big Willard.
We did.
Now,
Wait, back up the
I
bus.
was like, yes. Wait, what?
Wait, what happened to Big Willard?
I think we found Big Willard before Ilex, and then with Ilex we went to go look for Tasha.
Yeah, aren't we
Because we had
saving
a spell that
refugees
was
or something?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
We went back to the wreckage because Xisk used a spell to find Tasha and said that Tasha was over there.
Over
But
here.
Right.
what happened to Willard?
They just
Willard's
split off.
fine.
Yeah.
Willard's alive.
he's been promoted now,
and
too.
is a sergeant now that Dolomite got killed by Templar because
Whoops.
Dolomite was head crabbed.
Yeah.
Put some respect on his
Whatever.
name. Sergeant Willard.
Yeah, that's right.
Sergeant Big Willard.
Sergeant Willard.
Hi, my name is Sergeant Big Willard. I'm Big Sergeant Willard.
now amongst
I'm
all
big.
this,
I'm Big One Sergeant Willard.
It sounds like Sergeant is his nickname. Big
Willard
Sergeant.
Big Sergeant.
Sergeant.
That's a sick nickname. You guys have to call me Sergeant from now on.
Okay.
during all this rescue and recovery, silence suddenly descended as Mavros himself arrived before the player characters. Earlier, he had awarded each of them a token of his appreciation for their aid in helping him drive off the Vanishlag. Xisk had received the Stout Redoubt.
Yeah, baby.
Maeve had taken Maeve's Maelstrom. But
And Gideon doesn't take no guff. Gideon's not a fucking
Gideon
cherry case.
doesn't take no guff and no sword from no god,
Fuck
turns
it.
out.
I need my captain's sword and my mom's sword, and that's it. Fuck you.
So Mavros had come down from the heavens. Oh my god.
That's a better
Mavros
word
had
for it.
come-
Heavyans.
Heavyans.
Heavens.
Ooh, that's a good character. Keep that one in your back pocket, Kev.
Mavros had come down from the heavens, where he had led his Valkyries to meet the person that had refused a gift from a god.
Foolishly.
He also came with an offer to defer imprisoning the wizards if only the players would agree to become his agents.
You mean the characters? Diego doesn't agree to be anybody's.
And Griffin would be
Yes.
an agent in that.
They were not unanimous in their agreement, and the offer was rescinded. He returned.
Go drink your prune
To the
juice,
heavens.
old man.
Okay.
No,
he
he didn't hear
returned
that.
to the heavens
No, he didn't hear
before
that.
hearing
We're in the
that
recap.
comment about the fruit juice.
Wait,
right.
If we're calling him an old man, is he an ancient one also?
Oh, damn.
Yeah, what is the
Not even a
threshold?
cool
What's the
one.
threshold?
Yeah, he would probably be considered an ancient one.
So
Are
we gotta
all-
get rid of
wait,
him
are-
too?
Are all gods ancient ones?
Are all gods ancient ones? That is a deep, deep question.
Isn't it?
I would say they have existed before the ancient ones.
So
they're
we
the extra ancient ones.
Elder ones.
Extra
Sergeant ancient ones.
Big
Sergeant,
elder sergeant.
big ancient
Willard.
one.
Yeah. All of you, J.R. Tolkien, for sure. Your naming conventions are
what are
like
we
right up
doing?
there.
It's about
Elder-
consistency.
Elder Sergeant Diegon.
The game of big chairs that you move around and sit in, but sometimes are sharp.
Elder. What?
What?
It's Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's suddenly
Oh, I
Game of
see.
Thrones.
I don't think the chairs move around in the show. It's not fucking Game of Musical Chairs.
Can you imagine?
That's also not how musical chairs works.
Yeah, the chairs
What
aren't
is
sharp.
happening? We're falling apart, you guys.
What's up, Braxton Elementary? We're playing musical chairs, but there's thumbtacks on them.
While the characters, and not the players, worked with Sergeant Big Willard and several other authorities to try to find a place for all of these now homeless residents of the seat of Mavros to live. While they were helping the last few stragglers, digging them out of the ruins, they met up with Potemkina. She was a former cleric of Mavros who originally had been a wizard and who had since rebelled against Mavros's dictum. She is, or rather was, an elf. Unfortunately, she had been killed in the fall of the seat of Mavros,
What happened?
and that had soured her attitude
Big rock,
towards
probably.
Big Sergeant
being
Rock.
crushed. Being crushed under a rock. But she had risen as a Daracool,
Cool.
filled with a desire for revenge and for any sort of flesh, including gnome children.
Okay.
Oh
Jesus
my
Christ.
god.
Okay, Potemkina.
So we held Potemkina back from eating these two kids.
And we decided to make her our friend.
Yes, but you didn't let that get in the way of making her your friend. The two gnome children were residents of a far-off village led by a goblin druid. Led by a goblin druid.
The goblin druid. Don't the goblins have French accents? So
Yeah,
maybe
they-
that's where you're
they
going.
All of the goblins have French accents,
You don't want
and they have agreed to help
Is the French
the goblin
accent starting
druids.
now, or when does that part start?
drive. I'm ignoring that. I don't even hear it.
I remember when Kevin said he'd be worried if we got lost in the recap because we were interrupting, but the bad French accent is probably perfectly clear to understand.
My favorite is Maddie.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah, I
you.
know. She gets all the inspiration. It's clear who your favorite is.
It's not my fault. I'm the best.
It's not my fault. I am the best.
And we now have the characters on the way to the village to rescue the village from the quote-unquote demons that had driven them out in the aftermath of the passage of Uthal van Slag.
Sounds like a great place for refugees. Just a couple demons and it's ready for home.
Lovely.
A new
Welcome
life.
home. All right. I have, that was great, Kev.
Yeah, good
Kev,
job,
that was
Kevin.
great. I just
Yeah.
have just a few notes.
Tell us what really happened, Griffin.
Is this like the fact check on?
This is going to be all over the place. This is going to be all over the place, you know. But after the fight with Uthal, there was some errant magic going around where if we did something, then lightning would strike and trees would like lift up their roots and run away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Only reason I
yeah.
remember that is because Kevin gave it a very dope name called the Mad Spring.
yeah.
That's sick.
I turned into Xisk the flower, and then
The flower Xisk.
That's right.
Is
yeah.
that
Maddie-
when I got huge?
it
Yes,
is when
Maddie-
you got huge.
Maeve,
Yes.
Maeve got huge, and Diego got beflowered.
I hate to tell you, Maddie, you're
Don't
still
say
huge.
it like that, though.
That's right. They are huge and beflowered still.
Also,
and
not
Gideon
Diego.
turned
We're talking
cannons
about
on
Xisk
both of
here.
them.
Who's
Yeah,
this
I don't
Diego?
know, Maddie.
Fuck. Anyway,
Do I get inspiration every time somebody calls Xisk Diego?
Maddie
Yes.
gets inspiration every time.
But
Yeah.
but an angel gets his wings.
I think it's important to recognize that underneath. Why am I Gideon's voice? I'm Griffin. I think it's important to recognize that under the
line's so
city,
blurred.
when we found that big pyramid where the two bards and Blaine McNutt was there was also this big ass bell on top of the pyramid that when we rang it, it skipped us forward a whole day, which is how we got to the end of the mustering. I think it ran 3 times or maybe
Yeah.
just 2 times.
It fell down the pyramid.
And
Dong,
every
dong.
time it donged, we
Oh,
dinged.
that's right. God, that sucks. Why did we do that?
And Xisk stayed frozen with his eyes
Xisk.
open.
So
So
dry.
dry.
I think Xisk smacked into it and knocked it off the ledge.
No, I don't think it was me.
Any kind of gravity thing was hard on Xisk.
I will just bring up, I'll do a special mention out to the Odakini, where we rent and got absolutely
Represent.
shad-racked by the Doppelrat, and then we came back, met Donner the Druid, we beat the
yeah.
Rat
Sucked.
King and the Doppelrat with the cock-hardness to give back to
Oh
Alice
my
Elise
gosh.
I
Ultranews.
was just absolutely shocked when you said that.
I forgot that existed.
I was like, you can't
Yeah.
say that.
You can't just, like,
Listen,
random-
I agree. I'm just the lore master. I don't know what you guys want me to say.
not cock hardness.
I don't think we want you to say that anymore. I can't even say it without blushing.
Let me see. Cock-hardness, Blue Husker Dew, Chimerian Goat Poker, I think are some of Alice Elise also
You
Luce's
gotta be
items.
careful with that one.
And then Tyro Thunder Muffins, which we did actually buy.
Yeah,
I still have 6 of them.
Yeah,
The
okay,
bung you right up.
Yes, I think we're good on that front.
Now, let me just jump in here. The cock hardness
Okay, so
All
that
right.
is
is
actually
from
and
the
you know what, Kev?
cockatrix.
You
And
just
you know what,
wanted
Kev,
to
let me
say
actually
it.
just jump in here and keep going with my thing.
When you say it, Kevin, it's worse.
The most important
Cock-hard.
thing,
Stop it.
The most important thing from the Odakini fight is that Maeve found a little skull necklace that got her semi-possessed by the rat god.
I was wondering when we were gonna talk about the Nightmare Realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that led to a lot of bad suggestions and attempted possessions along the way. Eventually, during the fight with Shiak's Gaborn from the Black Goat cult underneath the city.
Oh my
then
God.
Maeve went catatonic.
Oh, yeah.
And Xisk went into the mind of Maldorava to help her fight.
The mind of Maldorava.
Within the mind of Maldorava, that is where it
complicated
was
place.
introduced
Yeah.
that
Lots of boy bands.
Maeve's warlock patron. Normally, Maeve's family gets big demonic fiendish patrons. Maeve's warlock patron is a unicorn named Castanamir, and it was revealed in that dream world that her lover boy Veridin was actually Castanamir in disguise.
I mean, so weird.
So weird.
So
that
wild.
really rattled Maeve's bones. Okay.
Yeah.
You're in love with your patron.
Especially because, let's be honest, Veridin was kind of a twat.
He was a bit of a dweeb.
It's open to interpretation.
You don't like cock hardness, but you're okay with twat?
Yes.
yes,
it's
no
the
further
British.
questions.
We're still part of the Commonwealth, Cork. God save the king.
King. Oh gosh, since we've recorded, is the monarch different now? Oh my
my
gosh, wow.
Oh my god.
That's
kind
crazy.
of that's kind of
R.I.P.
dark.
Anyway,
And the other story note I would add is that the reason we couldn't take my ship, the Giant Autumn, down the Milano River was because of, yes, the corpse of Uthal Vanishlag, but also because most of my crew has died. We know that Tosh is alive. We found Tosh in the rubble. But that was the reason we couldn't leave on ship, is because we, 1, agreed to this other job, but 2, because the ship's not passable, so we are leaving on the Bone Road.
we're walking, baby.
I think I'm satisfied. Hey guys, this is Griffin from the Diazcast podcast. If there's anything we missed, you gotta send it to me at griffin@diazcast.com.
Hey,
Or post it in the Discord and we can
Discord.
elaborate.
Yeah,
or
and
argue.
I'll fight you publicly in the Discord.
Oh my god.
But let's just check. Is there anything else that you guys think
true.
we should mention? Is there any other things that were significant to you that I glossed over because you feel I don't think of your character as important?
Oh, you
Oh,
feel.
whoa. Okay.
Wow. What about like a highlight reel or like a favorite moment?
Favorite
like a
moments.
thing, like a big shiny for you all.
Oh, yes.
I mean, a big shiny for me is that we've decided on our name as the Kiss Partners, and Kevin has never actually called us by that at any point during the podcast. Not a single time.
I think part of that is in respect to Templar, because Templar did not like that name.
That's true. But Ilex is
Templar also didn't
on
have a
board.
mouth.
Yeah.
Templar couldn't be included in the Kiss Partners because
That's
there was a
true.
lack
I mean-
of lips. I think there was a little bit of jealousy there.
Yeah. And also now Templar is ascended to freaking the sword of a god. I think
Exactly.
they're fine.
Yeah, they're getting plenty of kisses up there.
Yeah. Wait, are they?
Yeah, I think so.
Wait, what?
Tell me more about that.
Yeah, wait.
I think that's
Explain to me in great detail.
I think that's
So
what the
they just didn't
Valkyries
wanna
do
kiss
up there.
us, is that what happened?
Anyway, big shinies?
Honestly, what hasn't been a shining moment? I think understanding that I do not need anyone to be happy, but I do like other people so that I am happy. I am happiest when I am around other people.
Whoa.
No, I do not need a man to propel me forward in this life, but I do enjoy the company of my male friends and plus Ilex. I think mostly it's been internal, it hasn't been a whole lot of a lot of bad shit has happened to me over the last what I have now learned is 2 weeks. No, 1 week.
1 week.
One
Yeah.
week.
And I think most of it has been personal growth, yeah.
And physical.
Yeah. The whole finding out my lover was actually my patron who has, been with me in this very formative time in my life, kind of shattered the illusion of my identity, and I think I'm struggling a little bit, but I am coming into my own, slowly but surely.
Talk about weird power dynamics. I'm your lover, but also I supply all your power. I don't know.
So you can never leave me.
No, that's not cool.
That's a good point.
Okay, Castanamir, you freak.
I'll be real. My favorite part was getting the fire bombs. Those have been so useful. Those fire bombs being planted around the city of Mavros, and we found the storeroom and we stole some. I love a good fire bomb.
That was pretty awesome.
I'm interested to see if I can figure out how the fire bombs work. Might be taking a level of artificer coming up here. We'll see.
Oh, clever boy.
And what about Templar? Or what about Ilex?
Templar loved it all. Moving on from Blaine, being raised up to the gods, excellent life.
To go from Blaine to Mavros would definitely be an upgrade.
That is a great upgrade. Ilex loves trying desperately to impress these people and thinks that it might just be working.
Heavy breathing.
Heavy breathing, be cool.
That's true, because Ilex, this is her first time out of the forest, really.
Yes.
In any kind of extended way.
Don't blow it, girl.
Listen. Let's get into the episode. These people have been waiting long enough. Let's get into the freaking episode.
All right.
The sode.
Let's all
That's right.
buckle
so
down.
Let's begin as if it was 1 year ago.
Here you go. And intro music.
Welcome. What? How does it go? I don't remember. I've never heard of this podcast.
Welcome to the Die As Cast podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to the Die As Cast podcast. This is Kevin Cork, your DM, and you are now fully immersed into our second arc.
Like in a hot tub.
Welcome.
Like a hot tub.
Oh, a hot tub would be nice right now.
Oh my gosh, don't even.
Hot tub D&D
Emma?
machine.
Hot tub D&D. Sorry, Kevin.
Dad,
I'm busy.
let's do it. Okay, no, you guys get it all out. Get it all out.
Oh,
We're already
thanks
in the
so much.
second arc.
Don't
We've
you
been in the
worry.
second arc for 4 episodes or something.
6.
During the last episode,
Yeah, what happened last episode?
the players have been traveling from the ruins of the seat of Mavros to the Fae Circle to help Suskeen and her half-dozen remaining villagers reclaim their village. On the way there, they had come across 3 storm boars that Ilex recognized as a loving metal.
Boars.
They had passed the storm boars. They had gotten by peacefully when Maeve, not being able to resist, cast an eldritch blast and stirred them up.
It was
After they had-
prompted by Ilex. Remember this? It was not on my own
cool new
volition. I
mom.
was compelled.
It was suggested.
You were
yeah.
encouraged. You weren't compelled.
Yeah.
That's a better word. That's a better word.
Supported.
Yes.
Yeah.
After they had dealt with the 3 boars, learned their names, driven them off, scared them, charmed them, and now eaten most of them, they have gathered the rest of the boar meat for Potemkina, the Darakul, to eat along the way. And they've also gathered one of the hides, because Xisk has recognized that this can create scale mail that will grant protection from lightning. As they were recovering from their first day out on the trail, they sit around the quiet campfire and reflect on their last couple of weeks. Let's start with Gideon, who seems strangely absent for most of the boar battle, but has shown up to make the
What?
beans.
Why did you say that? What? Sorry. Hey, it's me, Gideon, the DM, talking to the DM. What's Why do you say that?
Gideon, the
Because
DM.
because I heard you say I was absent, and I have a pretty decent boar wound in my stomach. So what makes you say that?
You're right. You were there.
I do like the bit of like
That was absolutely
all right.
no effort whatsoever.
Great. Thank
last
you.
episode
That's
Maddie
great.
was going to be the DM. This episode Gideon is the DM.
Yeah.
The whole joke is that Potemkina didn't do shit the whole fight, so I don't know where this is coming from.
All right. As Gideon reflects on his boring wounds,
Wow.
What the fuck?
Hey, that's good.
we move over to Xisk. Diego, tell us about Xisk.
Kumbaya, Tahuti. Kumbaya. Hello, everyone. Tune in to
Whoa.
this week's episode of Dias Cast where Xisk gets to sleep.
Woo!
And Diego doesn't.
Listen, Diego, you're presuming a lot. We don't know what's going to happen after these fireside chats.
It's hopeful thinking. What's the phrase?
If I'm
Wishful
wishful.
thinking. Dang it.
All right, Emma.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ilex. I'm here enjoying a fireside with my new friends, and I'm feeling very connected to them. Just channeling some of those mantras that I've had, that I've really been trying to incorporate into my life. Things like detach myself from worries and anxieties, letting go of the past, releasing the need to blame anyone, including myself. Oh, it's blissful out here, isn't it? Just positively blissful.
Maddie, tell us how Maeve feels about camp sleeping outside, sleeping in around the
Camp
campfire.
sleeping outside.
I am no stranger to sleeping on the concrete or the stone, so the ground is not really an issue for me. What is an issue is that I'm still huge, so don't know if that is ever going to change. Also, yeah, no, that's all I got. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's
That's a
what I
pretty
got.
big one.
Great.
You know what? Being huge, that's pretty huge.
So as you guys are all sitting there quietly around the campfire, Potemkina is finishing off her latest pound of raw flesh. And you see her sort of
Jesus.
looking at you, Xisk, and you, Gideon. And she's actually, you know what? She's not a big talker in the best of times, but she has
Or a
been sort
big fighter, obviously.
she's been
She's a
strangely
great
silent.
setter, though.
Cool.
And I have something I've been meaning to ask you, and I'm not sure what has been the appropriate time.
All right. Yeah. I'm all ears.
This is, I know, something that, this might be something personal for you, but I was wondering, what was it like being one of the companions of Blaine?
Wow. What the hell? What do you mean?
Really not where I thought this was going. I'm sorry.
I mean,
What?
It was, it must have been so majestic to stand next to him to fight St. Blaine the Bearer.
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Everyone.
Right.
Potemkina's got a question for us all.
Right. I feel like if Blaine's kind of your pinnacle of hero fighter, I understand why you didn't really like hop in on the bear fight or boar fight there, Potemkin. That actually makes quite a bit of sense.
Mm-hmm. I'm so sorry. Who is Blaine?
Right, you didn't meet him.
Blaine is the bearer of Templar's Verge, who is the personal weapon of Mavros the god. And before Mavros chose them, they were carried by this majestic warrior named Blaine, who died in the battle at the seat of Mavros and has been sainted.
Whoa.
No, he was not there.
Whoa.
You know what he said? Oh, I've been fucking around and not with my family forever and ever. I need to go right now. In this critical moment, in this time of need, I'm gonna go. And we were like, okay, I guess you are.
That was a very
That
good
is what
representation.
Sorry
That's
to
a really
shatter
good
your
Blade.
illusion. That is what happened. Sure, he probably got us out of a couple situations once or twice.
Potemkin, did you see Blaine die, or is this like a legend?
Oh, no, we have all been told about the legend of
It's
Blaine.
been like 2 days. Less than
We
that.
were all there.
There is no
What do you
legend.
mean you've been told?
I've never heard
We were-
of this story.
Yeah, me neither.
Didn't get
We
far.
were there.
Blaine, I'm talking about Sid Blaine, the bearer.
Yeah, like
you are,
you're not
you-
wrong. He was the bearer. But
Yes, and you are the companions of Blaine. You are the companions of Sid Blaine.
No, it was like Blaine was
Sorry.
a companion of us kind of thing.
Sid Blaine? Are you saying Sid Blaine?
No, Saint. He is. He was
Oh.
good.
That is such
No,
shit.
I mean, like, we
Maeve
were
stands
taken
up.
over by some saints, but it's not like, I don't know that Blaine achieved sainthood. Some would say that Blaine kind of chickened out right before we got interacting with the saints, right?
Well, I don't know, Gideon. It sounds fair if this man decided he needed to go and be with his family. Doesn't that seem like a
For sure.
responsible choice to make in the heat of
His
battle?
life was filled with
course.
irresponsible choices. is the
I'm not
thing.
really like fighting like how it happened. Like I get it. It ended on a weird note, but specifically the saint stuff, he did leave before that, absolutely.
And he
kind of
didn't-
decided to leave
He's
before
not
that.
dead, as far as I know. He's probably just. I mean, I hope so. I hope not.
I hope, yeah, he talked a lot about his family before.
Yeah,
He left,
He did. He even gave us
so-
his last donut coupons before he left.
Yeah,
Oh,
which
donuts.
was, again,
So you are saying that you did not enjoy your time with him.
No, it was
That's
great.
not what we are saying.
I'm more so like specifically the saint stuff. He just really was not there for that.
Yes,
I don't know if he is the hero that you think that he is, or that people are telling you that he is.
What is the story
He
you
was
heard,
a guy.
Potemkina? How did it go after he left these companions?
For me, what we were given is the inspiration, a vision from the blessed weapon themselves. This idea of Blaine, who was a drunk initially, he was a problem, and he grew and grew, and he gathered together each of you, and you all worked to save the seat of Mavros. And then, in the final sacrifice, he gave up Templar's Verge at Mavros' urging, and then he passed away struggling to save his family. That is why he has been sainted.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have laughed at that. That's rude.
Yeah, I mean, yes. If he died, then yes, that's what happened.
He is
That's all true.
What do they call it? Martyrdom, something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He gave each of you his blessing or instruction, or each of you have had the guidance of Blaine. I mean, I am not impressed with Mavros, and I have turned from him, but it would have been something to fight with Mavros.
Potemkina, yeah, what Maeve said.
So you say that this Blaine was not good for you?
I know less about Blaine than I do about storm boars out in the wilderness, okay? He could have been anybody, and I would not have known the difference.
Oh my god.
I see. Well, he is a brand new saint. Is Mavros chosen?
I have a question for you, and maybe just to the general air. Why do we do all the work, and Blaine goes away, and Blaine gets elevated to this, like, saintly status? It
is crazy that, there's no rumors about Gideon being a saint, and Gideon was the one that everybody saw grow big and do things.
Gideon,
why are we?
Not dead, though. We're not dead.
Blaine's
Oh, I see.
companions. Like,
May I offer something?
You know what?
I wasn't there, and I don't know how it went down. But, just listening to this story, it sounds like perhaps Blaine, this man who you say was contemptible and, plain, achieved something without needing reward for it or recognition. And maybe that was the journey that he was meant to go on, whereas you are still working on it, and you can't achieve those things looking for reward. Maybe I'm being presumptuous.
No, I agree. We're not doing this for glory or recognition or anything. That's not.
I am. Sorry,
sorry.
I am.
I'd
love
kind
those
of
things.
am a little bit too.
Oh, man, that would
I've
be
realized
great.
I really like being the center.
If I could be a saint when I die, I would love that.
Well, maybe when you
okay,
die.
sorry.
Let me retract everything I just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ilex, I think the issue at the core of this situation is that I am not upset that Blaine has saintly status and we are peons. What I am upset about is that the facts are being skewed. And this is how, you get crazy people, my dad, my whole family, crazy people choosing not to believe what is actually conceivably right there in front of them, and instead believing in this loopy notion in their head that is not real. And I am just concerned with how story becomes fact for people. And that what happened, what Potemkin is describing, did not happen. That is not fact.
You do know that Templar's Verge was a sentient weapon, yes?
Yes, da.
Okay. I don't. It's fine. I don't mind it.
No, I'd love to know.
honest.
I'd love to know what you're thinking, Xisk. Are you saying that like Blaine's not the hero and Templar did most of the work?
I didn't say that.
Okay.
Honestly, it doesn't. It was shocking at first to hear the news of Blaine's sainthood. That's but past the shock now, it's fine. It's he went on a journey and he recognized his wrongs in his past and went back for his family to spend his last moments with them.
I find it quite admirable. I mean, I don't know the facts, but if the story's true, that is quite admirable. And, well, shall we raise a glass to Blaine?
I have no glass.
I'll raise a glass to Blaine. Here's a glass.
Here's
Maeve.
To your
What is this?
friend? It's water.
To Blaine.
To Blaine.
To your friend.
Yeah, to Blaine, and also facts.
To Saint Blaine.
Yes.
Well, yeah, to Blaine.
Blaine.
I'm gonna. Sorry.
To Blaine.
And to your drink. And she says, so you don't consider yourselves his companions. Is this the vibe I'm picking up?
I would no. I mean, no. No. If he was like, "Hey, companion," I would go, "Hey, companion." Like I would say, I'm his companion, totally, for sure. I mean, if he still thinks of me as that, he's a saint and all that now. So I don't know.
Like it's like we're all companions type of situation. It's not like we're anyone's companion or like no one's our companion. We're just all companions.
So I think I get what you're saying, that this is like a small C companion, but not the capital C companions of Saint Blaine.
Capital K kiss partner.
Yeah,
That is what we are.
Right.
we're kind of like a ragtag team of people who we just meet people and they come into the kiss partners and then they leave.
Like you, Potemkina.
You'll leave us soon, Potemkina.
You will leave us soon.
They always do.
They always leave, and I guess you'll become a saint soon.
and like me, people come and go. It's normal.
Wait, are you leaving?
I do not think that I'm on a path to leave, nor and I have turned away from any potential for sainthood. I just want a simple life. I want to go back to the woods and explore or wander.
Sounds
I
like a
thought
noble
you
cause.
had so much rage in your heart. I thought you were going to study magic or something.
I am shocked and dismayed that Mavros would turn against the wizards. Yes. And I myself have decided to re-examine my wizard past. I studied some magic before I became a cleric, and I am going to go. It does make me very angry, for sure. All of this persecution of wizards.
Oh,
Yes.
You don't need to tell me about anger and persecution.
Maeve, I'd like to know a little more about that. You mentioned your father and the...
Not my real dad.
Okay. I mean, I don't know you at all. What happened? What's that about? What do you mean when you say the stories aren't the facts? I'm sorry if everybody knows this story already.
No,
Close
I'd love to hear
knit
it.
family. Some might say a cult or a coven of sorts. I am very different from them, obviously. I mean, not obvious to you, but very obvious to me. I don't know my real parents, and Xisk and Gideon know this. I have a feeling they are out there, but right now I am kind of mostly just focused on trying to not be captured because my stepdad is crazy. And I feel like he might be looking for me. He made a very big deal about never letting me leave. And that's the kind of thing to write with these facts and story is if you have no exposure to anything except what you and your little bubble believes, you are never going to grow as a person. I feel like I have learned so much just by being at the seat of Mavros. More growth in this period of time than I ever have in my whole life.
You did know a lot about
when I got to
boars.
Mavros, I did not even know that there was food that wasn't
Wait,
blood.
really?
Oh.
I mean, I knew about it, sorta, but
Right.
I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm still learning, and the world is so big. It's all so big, and sometimes I just want to lie down. Does that make sense?
I hear you.
Yeah,
That's just cold jam.
That's
It
my whole
really
thing.
does. And I don't know if it brings any comfort, but I'm 3 times your age, and I've still got a whole world of learning to do. So
3 times, Ilex, you look so good.
Yeah, it's really
thank
not
you.
fair.
I like to keep it tight, but
Yeah.
no, I
Alex does CrossFit.
I wake up early. I like to stretch. No, sorry, distracting. That's vanity. No, I've told you I have had children.
And that's a sin.
I've got grown-up children, all of that. Yeah. It doesn't stop that feeling of learning, and maybe you'll learn to find it exciting at some point. It brings me a ton of anxiety right now, if I'm going to be honest about it.
Yeah, me too, man. I hate being this, ooey gooey, mushy, vulnerable shit, because that's so not my vibe.
No, you're
but,
very tough.
I am so scared. Does anybody else feel this? Me and Ilex are out here, shitting ourselves. You seem so calm, Xisk.
Whoa, I am not. I am filled with anxiety at all times of the day.
Cool.
It's just... I am so nervous about everything all the time. It's a scary world, and I don't know much about it. I often think about my family and how they're doing, and, how fun it would be to be here with all my siblings and stuff. but it's also really cool and fun to get to know people and things and learn languages and experiences of people. I love hearing about your stories. How you've grown up children, Ilex?
Yeah, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I've lived a whole life in the forest before I had to go. And yeah, things, Maeve, you're 16 years old, right?
Yeah.
And you say you haven't experienced anything? You didn't know anything about food or anything about anything except boars, but and gymnastics.
I know stuff,
Yeah.
but like when it comes to real stuff, like, no.
If you would have asked me even 3 months ago if I knew anything about the world, I would have said yes. But, wow, things can change in a heartbeat. And I don't know shit. I don't know anything. Everything I thought I knew, I was wrong about. So,
if Tahuti has taught me anything, is that the greatest knowledge is that you recognize you know nothing at all.
Hey.
Oh my god, you guys.
What about you, Gideon?
Yeah, Gideon is sitting there with a smug look on his face. I feel like maybe he thinks that he knows a lot.
I know some things.
Like what?
Okay, like what? I have a question for you. Do you know what is up with that finger you carry around?
Do I know what's up with it? I mean...
Like, what the fuck is the deal? We've talked about this for like 2 seconds. And you immediately shut down because that's kind of your thing. I get it.
What finger?
Yeah.
What is it?
I feel like, if anyone would get it, it'd be you, Maeve.
I'm gonna...
Yeah,
I'll take out the little... the little package I keep of my mom's cut-off finger.
Ew, so wet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have any...
Potemkina, not a snack.
I don't really have any way of, like, preserving it, so if you could stop looking at me like that, Potemkina, that would be great.
You're salivating. Stop it.
It's kind of messed up. We're really kind of bearing our hearts here a bit.
Bearing our hearts.
Did you say heart?
Okay, Potemkina,
Right.
here's some meat.
Very cool. Thanks, Potemkina. Here.
So, did they tell you anything else about... I mean, we did speak to your queen.
Yeah, I mean, they got pulled off on contracts like every once in a while when I was growing up. But this one, they just said they had to, steal something big. And then they said they were going to be back after a certain period of time. And then they weren't back after that period of time. And then the time kind of just kept going on. And so I didn't, I knew Poddings from like gatherings, and he was kind of like a family friend, and I didn't really know what to do. So joined up with him and kind of took my mind off things. I don't know. I haven't really had time to break that down, in that I didn't know Faye was the one that sent them on that mission. I don't blame Faye necessarily. They were good at what they did, but I wish I knew more, like where they went, what they were trying to get, like what the dangers were. What should I be braced for? They've never gone to a thing where the people they were stealing from would have kidnapped them and cut off their finger, and the kidnapper knew enough to send it to me as their offspring. Right. Sorry. Yeah, I kind of brought the thing out, and then we kind of made fun of Potemkina, but I didn't really get into the...
I'm picking it up. I'm picking it up. It's okay. You don't need to go into it.
They're just like, my moms are like really good thieves, and they work really well together, but this one, I guess, got the better of them, but also like maybe not. Like maybe there was just a trap, and my mom lost a finger, and like somebody's messing with me, and they're fine. But like, I don't know.
They're like,
no, that is like really macabre. Like even for, nobody does that unless they.
Well, that's the scariest thing, right? Of just like it has to be somebody that knows my family well enough to know to send it to me.
So what are you going to do about it?
It's not just some random dude. I mean, I was gonna sit down with Faye about it and like find out more of where she sent them, but now she's a Death Knight, and like I don't know if she obviously doesn't remember anything now, so it seems like I was thinking of like when we get back to the autumn, like searching through kind of going into her captain's quarters and like searching through some books or something to see if
Scandalous.
I don't know, like she's not gonna use it anymore. She's our Death Knight now, so like that's my thinking.
Do you have any way of sending a letter? Or I guess you don't know where they are, but can you send a message?
Yeah, I mean I don't have any magical means. They kept stuff pretty tight, as it were, when they were working on jobs. So. Not to spread information around. That was kind of their whole deal.
I have a few spells to, like, send messages and talk to people.
Oh.
Sometimes I have to have, like, an object or something that belongs to them or have known them in some way, so I don't have anything prepared.
A finger.
What about a finger that belongs to them? Probably.
We could try it. I don't really know if that would suffice, to be honest.
That's like kind of as direct as you can get, but... That's like their finger. Dude.
That's like me, yeah.
I know, but sometimes you have to, like, for example, I can do sending, but you have to be familiar with the creature.
Right.
You have to, know them in some sense.
Gideon, I am sorry about your moms. That's, like, really scary to be in that situation and know that somebody else out there knows about it and knows you know. There's a lot of knowing happening. But... I mean, we've said this before, and it still stands. We're on your side, and, if you want to find your moms, we'll come with you.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least I will. I can't speak for these two, but...
Oh, yeah.
I'll be there.
It's scary, They're the best at what they do. And if somebody got them, what the hell am I going to do?
Well,
I don't know. We've been in some
the best at what you do.
We've been in some scary situations, Gideon, where I've wanted to leave, and you all have brought me into it with some risk, for sure, but we've come out of it alive. I think we're doing pretty well for ourselves.
Bare survival and scraping by is doing pretty well.
I think that's all there is. Oh, yeah, go ahead and sing your song.
Sorry, no, it doesn't matter. Sometimes when I get sad, I break into song. It just helps. I mean, the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. I feel like just Xisk,
I like that you guys sing all of your songs all at once without actually relating to each other.
No, yeah. Well, it doesn't really, it's not really for the group. It kind of helps each other, all the solo.
But let's go back. Did we hear everybody's campfire song? I heard Xisk and Gideon.
I'm pretty sure we did. Pretty sure we did hear that.
Ilex, what's your favorite campfire song?
Yeah, it was this one. And the seasons go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. And the carousel.
Nice.
Kind of trails off like that.
Yeah, it's artistic.
Maeve, you may not have a campfire song, but you'd have a late night song that you would sing to yourself.
Oh, certainly. My family has, at like big parties, they have a song.
And here it
is. Coffin, pipe organs, blood, and then that's kind of it goes on.
Oh.
Holy shit! Yeah.
I thought it was going to be more
yeah. I mean,
the bodies at the float or something
right.
like that.
I've never heard that song, but that one sounds good, whatever that is.
It's really
you'll have to
nice
teach
once
me
you
that.
get like the organs and the bone rattles going. It's really nice, but a cappella doesn't really do it.
No,
yeah. You need the
Xisk,
reverb of the organ.
I gotta ask you something, and you gotta tell me if this is too personal, but it really seemed like you and Isabella were kind of like hitting it off. Seemed like this, something was pretty solid there, and then she kind of left. I mean, I know she works for Hakan, but are you okay? What happened there?
Yeah.
That was like your first kiss, right?
She's a girlfriend. Oh my god.
Okay, let's everybody.
I know, it's so
off.
fun. So fun.
She's so weird. Ilex, you are so...
Yeah, no, I know.
She's
kind of a freak.
Oh, yeah, you met her.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, she's weird.
Yeah, kind of a Maggie Grace-esque figure.
I don't know who that is.
Right.
Tell Tell us about her, Xisk. What do you like about her?
What do you like about her?
Okay, I don't like this. This gives me the EBGBs. I don't want to talk about
You
it.
always have the EBGBs.
I know.
That was some really good self-growth right there. I know.
don't know. If I'm being honest, I don't. It was kind of a. She just sort of left, which is kind of the concerning thing. It was like she just took off, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. We weren't like together. It just sort of happened. Like that was. I think she was. Yeah, I think she liked me, but
You were like traveling with her.
You miss her, Xisk?
I do. I feel like she was a great guide, and you know, she was like my introduction to the outside world. And then it was just like, you know, when like this is what I imagine when humans first when they go to kindergarten. I've heard that happens. And their moms drop them off at kindergarten.
Yeah, it's a garden.
And you're all
full
excited
of
because you're at
children.
kindergarten. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, you turn around and your mom's not there anymore. It was kind of like that.
I know that
Wait,
feeling.
okay, gross. So are you saying Isabella's your mom?
No.
You made out with your mom?
Maeve.
In a garden?
Full
Stop
of children?
it.
Just
No.
kidding.
It was a metaphor.
It's a
It was
good
just
metaphor.
the feeling.
You've been kicked into something that you're unfamiliar with, and now your God has kind of left you high and dry.
So I'm very, very thankful that I found all of you because, you know, you have your own life experiences that you're guiding me through as well. She had a lot of knowledge. She knew a lot
Oh.
of things.
Oh, a
okay.
lot of knowledge.
I
Yeah,
don't,
what do you mean by
really,
that? Like,
I
what
wanna
kind of
quit this
things if you had
podcast.
to-
Kind of knowledge.
Okay. Hey, it's natural, Xisk. It's totally natural. I could tell you, I've had some wonderful lovers in my time. If you want to...
Talk about them.
Ew,
Yeah,
gross.
let's-
Yeah, no, talk about
Yeah,
a few
you
of
can,
them.
What?
you can
I'm
talk
not-
about yours. I just
I'm not
don't wanna-
ashamed. No, it's, well, my first husband was... I mean, he was a specimen, if you know what I mean.
Did he keep
Oh,
it
yeah.
tight?
More than tight, Maeve. He was smoking hot. And
was-
Oh,
met.
gross. Tell me
I was
more.
like, okay,
Yeah,
and
I
then
mean,
now I feel weird.
I
again.
told you I've had 3 children, but we could have had so many more.
I've never heard it described like that.
What?
We could have had so many more.
I mean, you know how babies are made, right, Gideon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm familiar.
It-
Yeah, all right.
I mean, pineys are made differently, but yeah.
Right, with your maple holes.
No, that's not how that happens.
Oh, really? What is it for then?
Oh my gosh, are we going to talk? Are we going to get to the bottom of your maple hole?
I guess
just
I don't
had
want.
a
I
whole
do not want to get to the bottom of just maple hole. Let me tell you one
told
time.
you so much about my maple hole.
Too
while
much
Ilex
already.
was off talking to Rumpelstiltskin or whatever.
Badman Turner Overlander.
Badman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rumpelstiltskin Overminer.
So, Xisk, I have a question. How are pinies, new pinies born?
So when a mommy piney and a daddy piney love each other,
Okay.
one of them will usually grow a seed out of their little, you know, branches, and usually
Is that a
that's
euphemism?
Kind of, huh? No.
No.
Okay.
It's what happens. And then
right.
and then they take that seed. Usually it's kind of determined by just like, you know, their relationship. It's not like you're not born with like the ability to create the seed. It's just kind of formed in how your relationship happens. And then one person will give the seed to the ground, and then the other person will take care of the ground while your seed is growing. And then out of that seed,
Like penguins.
I have never heard
Yeah.
of a penguin.
Sure.
You know so
Kind of
much
like
about
penguins.
I
animals.
know a lot about penguins.
Man, your zoology knowledge is
I
kind
was-
of popping out at every minute
yeah,
here,
your
Maeve.
animal knowledge is
Well,
amazing.
when you grow up in a prison, all you do is read.
Oh, it's
Really?
it's a type of fish.
It.
It looks
That's
like
right.
a bird.
Is it?
Fact and story. Fact and story.
Coffin.
Blood.
And then the other person will just take care of the ground while you become a full-grown piney.
And
Are
fertilize
you
it.
like?
There is no inserting of anything into any other person. No maple holes involved. Maple holes are private for yourself only.
Oh, so
Wow. Kind of a closed-off group, then.
What?
Are you
Maple
telling me pinies make babies?
You're telling me there's
Out
not
of-
one piney that didn't explore the maple hole with another partner? Is that what you're
holes?
really saying to me?
That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying my maple hole is for myself alone. Oh. I'm not saying no piney has explored the maple hole. Every piney is free to do whatever they please with their maple hole. I'm just saying mine is for maple alone.
I am. It is really beautiful that piney parents make babies completely in a process of, like, love. That's really sweet. And there's no, like, weird, awkward inserting of things into other things.
it's not always awkward.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
God, I wish that I was made with love.
Oh,
Maeve!
You might have been.
hey, Maeve.
You
are
are
made.
so filled with love.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, you really fought it, but I really think you are.
You really you care a lot for people. I know you're very, protective of yourself and your emotions, which is very valid. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, right. It's pretty clear to I mean, every time that there's any kind of hint of love or affection or empathy, you'll go, whatever, this is stupid, you're being weird. And we kind of pick up on, that means that we're in Maeve's good books.
Mm-hmm.
This is stupid. You're being weird.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I know we're getting down to the kind of meat of the thing. Ilex, what's up with you and Badman? Like, are you
What?
friends? Is he like your dad, or like
Your dad?
like
Is
what?
there
is
inserting of
is there?
things?
Oh, God.
Is Badman one of the lovers?
No, he's so small. No.
Well, it's just not necessarily about size. You know, it's kind of how you use it.
Oh, Gideon!
Well, we just don't have to, label.
Hey, you're
Gross,
right.
you guys are gross.
You're right. It's not about size, but it is with Badman.
Interesting.
No, he and I met in extraordinary circumstances, I guess. Hey, it's no secret I was in a bad way, and I didn't know what to do, and he found me, and he helped me. Sort of like Isabella did with Xisk.
Do you mind
What?
if I ask in a bad way? In what way?
Oh, sure. Well, I told you I'm from the forest, right? I'm from the Road Guard. But I'm not always from the Road Guard. I was from the Margrave before that. The big forest, the OG.
Originally?
Yes, yeah, that's where my family's from.
Whoa.
And is the Road Guard like a subsection in the Margrave?
It's a bit of an outlier. It was lost in a way, and it was cut off, and things were happening there, and we didn't know what was going on. So there was a delegation of a mix of forest creatures, pinies, alcids, all of that, to go and take it back and reclaim it. So, it's a long story. I don't want to bore you with everything, but my first husband, he died in an accident, and I'm from, I suppose you would say, an important family in the Alcides, and so I needed to be remarried in order to, make connections. That's where my value lies in some ways. So I was married off to another family, part of this Rotgart delegation, and, it didn't go well in the Rotgart. I'm not entirely sure, but one thing led to another, and I was exiled from there. Hence the broken antler and all of that. That's my mark to show me I can't go back.
They did that to you?
Yes. Yep.
Hey.
Yeah, well. Hey, these things happen, sometimes beyond your control. You don't always know that it's happening to you until you're in the middle of it. That's one thing I'm trying to learn. So I was kicked out. And, I'm 56 years old, and I didn't know where to go or what to do.
God, you keep it so tight.
Thank you so much. I really do try, especially now that I'm on my own.
56.
Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
Hey, if you want to do some yoga with me in the morning, you're always welcome. Anyway.
It's crazy that all of us middle-aged keep things so tight. Like, it's, yeah.
Yes.
We all look so good. All of us. Yeah.
Anyway, I don't want to be sad about it. But it is sad, right? My whole family's back there and I can't go back, and I was...
Yeah.
Sometimes being sad is awesome.
It looks good
It's
on
an
you.
important
I don't...
emotion.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what I did wrong, but I think I might have been blamed for something.
You don't know what you did?
Well,
I thought maybe you, did something bad,
Well, this is
or
the most
maybe
painful
your
part.
husband was very bad.
I think my second husband was, although extremely hot, and again, a wonderful lover.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So cool.
Yeah.
That part's great.
That part was great, I'm not going to lie. And I do miss that. It's hard to say. I was kept in the dark about it, and I think I was blamed for something that he did. Sort of a scandal.
Oh, boys.
Yeah. So, I don't know that we want to go there right now, because...
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sorry for even, thinking about taking you there again.
Well, I suppose I'll have to go back at some point. But it's not been long enough, I don't think.
Okay, what about maybe going back to the Margrave instead?
Yes, although it's a great shame to be marked like I've been marked. Alcide's in exile.
What will you do? If you are marked and cannot go back.
I'll be out.
And if things are tense in their road card and you cannot go back, then what will you do?
I'll learn about the world and about myself, and I'll help you, and that seems good enough for now.
Fuck your wise.
No.
Fuck your wives.
You're so
Fuck
wise.
your wives.
Hey, fuck your wise.
Fuck your wives.
Fuck your wise.
I thought you first said "fuck your wives," and I was wondering
Fuck your wives. Maybe what if you don't know what to do, maybe what you could do is fuck your wives.
Yeah, I don't have one yet, but I don't know. I've been married twice. I don't think I need another marriage. Although for the right woman.
Wait,
That's right.
oh, wait. So your kids,
Yeah.
do they know about this?
Well,
Are they out here anywhere? Or
They're in the
are
Mulgrave.
they
Are they in
in
the
the
road
forest
car?
still?
No, they're in the Margrave. With the hoi polloi of Alcide's society. They're married. They have their own families. It's complicated. It's all political, right? They're married off to create connections to other parts of the forest, and...
Are you like a princess?
That is the vibe I'm picking up.
No. We don't have anything like that.
A lawyer.
A lawyer?
Are you a lawyer?
No.
What?
Okay. I'm just thinking of
Gideon's
mind.
in Gideon's
Yeah.
mind, princesses,
The most powerful
lawyers.
thing that I can think of is
Is
a
a lawyer.
lawyer. Oh man.
I guess
My uncle was a lawyer. He made so much money.
Yeah, we don't
Lawyers.
deal much in money, so that doesn't really track. I guess I'm like an ambassador.
Whoa.
You know, my job is to make connections with other parts of the forest. That's always been my job. Although, part of that is fighting and hunting, and that's what we do.
I could see that makes a lot of sense. Because, like I said, you are very wise. You have a sensibility for folk.
Well, our little part of the world is hardly anything compared to everything going on out here. I have no idea, What we do seems like the entire world, and then you step outside the forest and there's storm boars and fey creatures that lead dance parties full of squid. It's very strange out here.
You should have seen the hurricane monkeys.
What?
Oh yeah, the coinados.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's wow. That was only truly. That was only a few days ago.
Oh,
And
yeah,
do
it
you
was like
ever
a
think
week.
about that? Yeah, it's nuts. That's nuts stuff.
It's like
And-
it's been like a year and some days and some months.
We kind of jumped into it, and I know I'm kind of, picking on a lot of different topics. Maeve, you had a crush on your god, and I think we should talk. We haven't really. We kind of got into it, and I know you and Xisk had a spiritual fighting journey and whatever. But
So cool.
the whiny prince boy, little elf man was a.
Was
So
not a
then,
prince.
right, and then he's your god. I guess here's my thing: is if I was beholding to a god, and I found out that the god was trying to play a goof and pretended to be my friend and or love interest for a while, I just wonder if that would kind of shake my faith a little bit in the god. Not unless he's a god of trickery or a god of oopsie-daisy. So what do you how are you?
Well said.
I just
Well
want to go
said.
back
Just-
a minute and think about
Okay.
what would be an example of a god of oopsie-daisy?
Yeah.
Her name is Opsum. Dazin.
And she wears a little outfit.
And that is canon.
Kevin, write it down.
Here we go. Putting the mic by my keyboard.
Up some dazzing.
Up some.
Up some Dawson.
Going to the Google Doc. Go ahead, Maddie. Just gonna add some later.
Just email Wolfgang and he'll put it in.
Up some Dazum. You're welcome,
Extra. Hot news off the press.
Kobold Press, that'll be $85 for that god name.
Well, like, okay. It's weird, okay? I had a crush on a sparkle horse. Weird. But
Yeah.
I guess I've never really sat and thought about it like that. I was so wrapped up in this moment, this cool, like, Valkyrie moment, riding on the horse. I mean, the horse is not the horse. His name is Castanamir, and he's awesome. But I never got a sec to process, like, all of that time that Veridin was a prisoner in my dad's castle. Was he just fucking with me?
Right.
But I think, I don't know, this sounds like something Ilex would say. I think that he was, like, trying to get me out. Because he's not a god. Maybe he's a god. He's not my god. He's my patron. And that's part of why I left, too. Because, like, usually warlocks, you know, when they take a patron, it's supposed to be evil blood coffin guy.
Like the song.
It's a song,
It's a song. It's a tribute. But mine was not that. And so before my patron ceremony, I got this sparkle horse, and I was like, I gotta go. I cannot be here.
What do you mean patron ceremony? Like your family?
Yeah, it's like a family thing. We're all warlocks. We all have this thing. My older sibling did it too. You turn 16 and you get your patron. It's this whole thing, and they're singing and dancing and blood. But like I said, supposed to be sort of fiendish, evil-ish patron, and mine was nice. And I think if Castanamir was Veridin the whole time, I think he did not reveal himself to me in that way because it was a slow burn. You know, he can't rush these things. And I think he wanted to show me that I could leave on my own and be strong on my own. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to find peace in the fact that I was in love with a horse, but...
Well, I mean, listen, we've all gotten to the point in our lives where we're in love with a horse, but like the important thing I feel is, like, do you owe him something? How does your relationship as a patron work?
I don't know. I mean, like, he's where I get my magic from.
Like, do you have to do a favor for him, or?
He's never asked for anything. I don't know. Maybe it's coming. Like, maybe when I die eventually, he'll be like, okay, soul time, and then I will be damned eternally. I don't know.
When I looked at Veridin, the first phrase I imagined coming out of his mouth was soul time.
Soul time.
Well, you did also save his whole hide from the big rat, so maybe he owes you one on that front at the moment.
I mean, I don't know. I wonder, like, what Castanamir's boundaries are in the real world, right? Like, Veridin sucked. For all intents and purposes, kind of sucked.
He was not good,
That's great self-reflection. Often our first loves are not what we think they might be, you know? It's good. It's good to be able to look back.
Yeah.
He's a unicorn.
Yeah. Yep. It's so weird, Ilex. Like, so weird. He's a unicorn.
Okay.
He was a prisoner, and then I freed him, and we were supposed to kind of meet back up. Well, I thought that was the plan. And turns out he was, like, going to go fight at Nevros, and then he got his ass beat, and then came with us for a little bit, and then went into the Nightmare Realm with me.
Yes.
And then turned into a unicorn. more or less.
Sort of the
Kevin?
classic story.
Do I know
it's
anything
just,
about
like-
unicorns? Like, are they magical creatures that might exist
Yes.
in the world?
Ooh, in the Margrave.
Yes, both you and Xisk would know that unicorns are often representative. Now, there are certainly unicorns that exist. You may have even met them, but they would certainly be rare and either sort of messengers of the Fae or messengers from the Fae realm. Absolutely.
Right.
Although, actually, would you have actually ever met one? That's an interesting question.
I've met one now.
Yes. Yes.
I would also like to address the fact that I am huge, and I want to know if I can, like, reverse this ever, because it really sucks. This cup that I'm holding feels tiny in my hands.
And it
I
is
know
minuscule, in your hands.
Wait a minute.
You're breaking it. Sorry, Maeve. You're holding it too tight. Be careful. Hey.
Stop! I'm not doing anything. Stop it.
All right.
I dropped
Sorry.
the cup.
Oh my God. The good China.
Can I go over to Maeve? And this is the second try. Different spell, Maeve. But should we try this? I don't think I need to do much. No, I don't really.
I am so tired of being gigantic.
Okay, I'm just gonna
She
place
won't
my
fit in
hand
the
on your
tent.
shoulder.
I used to be so lithe and so small. I could
Maybe-
front flip on the beam, and now I can't even hold a cup.
Maeve kept it tight.
All right.
I kept it so tight.
Yeah.
Maybe I should cast Calm Emotions before we do this first.
That sounds actually maybe like a good idea.
Yes.
Maybe some
Yeah,
help
just
up
sort
here.
of a... yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna put my
buffer.
hand on Maeve's shoulder, man.
All right.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, Maeve, just close your eyes and just cast the feelings of being huge away. Just put them away. Put them in the little shelf, for now at least. And just think of yourself as being back to normal Maeve. With that huge self up in a shelf, like a little elf for Christmas.
Yeah, hell yeah, Jess.
And I'm gonna cast
On
the
shelf,
spell magic.
but-
Magic is the name of the spell?
The spell magic.
Oh, I thought you said the spell magic.
I also heard I'm going to cast the spell.
I'm going to cast the spell magic.
The
And
gathering.
magic.
And
Ah.
The spell magic.
Ooh.
All right, Xisk, I'll get you to roll me a 10-sider, please.
A 10-sider. Oh boy.
Please.
6.
All right. So let's see what your ability is to counter a 5th level spell.
Ooh. So I have to do a 10 plus my spell's level. So
It's like a DC 15, right? That.
Yeah.
okay, so DC 15.
elf on the shelf. Elf
Come
on
on,
the
Tahuti.
shelf.
Elf on the shelf. Do I get any bonuses?
You add
well, what-
your spellcasting modifier, right?
Yeah.
Plus your wisdom
So
mod.
then that's a 17.
Ooh.
I rolled a 14 and I thought I was like, fuck.
Oh my God.
Xisk, there is this sort of reverberation through the air, and this light flares out and going out in bright light in about 50 feet in diameter as it sort of flares, centered on Maeve.
Whoa.
And Maeve, you feel yourself shrinking and reviving and returning to your original form.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Oh, I
Yes!
I
the
give
healing
Maeve,
power of fireside chat.
I give her a big hug. Hey, there she is.
So your speed is back
I'm
up.
hot again.
Oh, you're so hot. You're beautiful.
Right.
Amazing.
Yes! Yes,
I
I
run
feel
up
so
and I hug
accomplished.
Xisk. I hug Xisk. I bring Ilex with me because she's still hugging me. But I run over and hug Xisk, and now we're in a big group hug.
Just
And Gideon's
over,
not there.
over
Yeah.
Maeve's shoulder. I'm
I
like,
make hard eye contact with Potemkina.
Yeah. Chick, you yourself feel that same sort of warm surge of power. And all these extra flowers that had sort of gathered and been bundled up around. They all, they also drop off you, and regular Xisk reappears.
This is so fucked up. This is so fucked
I
up.
gather up the flowers and I press them in my journal.
There's a lot of flowers.
400 pages.
Yeah, but she has a big journal.
I
That's
have
alright.
not stopped looking at Potemkina. You did this. You did this.
That's the.
We didn't really get into your whole deal this episode, Potemkin, but I plan to. That's
No, I wouldn't
That's
want
messed
to have
up.
any joy at Maeve's expense. Let's put those away, Gideon.
Fight me! Fight me, Potemkin. We've all been vulnerable.
Gideon, you have like 10 hit points right now. Just chill out.
Gideon passes out.
Me too.
Maeve, I'll just get you to make me an Arcana check, please.
Ooh. I got a 14.
So you feel this surge of magical energy from 30 or 40 feet above the group.
I look up.
There's a figure sort of sitting cross-legged in the air.
Like above me? Am I looking at his butt?
Yeah, you're looking at his butt.
Maeve, what's going on? It looks like you're looking at a butt.
There's a butt
And
in the
he's
sky.
floating there in the sky, and he sees you looking at him, and you hear this voice sort of ring out. Well, it took you long enough, but here I am. Ha 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 ha. And
The penguins?
Yeah, the penguin.
It's a fish.
Oh my god! Danny DeVito. What?
Danny DeVito's here?
He's up for you're looking at Danny DeVito's ass in the sky?
Honestly, kind of cool. I'm on board for that.
Hold on. I could think Burgess Meredith. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
All right, so
Who
he
is this?
lowers himself down till he's floating just to like 6 feet over the campfire, and then he sort of moves to one side and floats in the air. And you see that he's got this sphere suspended in one hand as he's just looking at each of you.
Hi, cool orb. Who are you?
I knew we weren't going to get a good night's sleep.
He says,
Fucking knew it.
I had to come visit you. I heard so much about the companions of this Blaine the Bear, Saint Blaine the Bear.
I don't want to. I don't want to
shit
necessarily be
again.
like known by that. You know.
This is a hot point for this group. You better be careful what you say next.
All right, we'll use the acronym companions.
Kiss
we'll
partners.
use Cosby.
Cobbs?
Cosby.
Companions?
I don't
No.
even know if
I
that's
don't
a
think.
good idea.
I don't think we should use
We
that.
can try
What
a
about
different
kiss
one.
partners? Could be good, maybe.
What do you want?
I need to talk to you about something very important.
Like where Batman is.
Okay.
Wait.
Then why don't you talk about
Yeah.
it?
No. First, who are you?
And we will leave it there for today.
No.
No, Tell us who you are.
You can't just bring Danny DeVito's butt into this and do nothing about it.
Thank you very much to Kobold Press for all the Midgard material and for bringing Danny DeVito's penguin ass into the sky.
His little penguin ass.
Maps and melodies for all the jams you heard in this episode that underscored Danny DeVito's flat ass in the sky.
Flat. It might be.
And to Morgan Ermter, who did all the graphic design work for the Dice Cast and animated Danny DeVito's bulbous rump up in the nethers.
Juicy.
Sorry, absolutely. Who has some stuff to talk about? Diggs.
Hey, you can follow me on social media at Diego Stredel on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I was like, what's the other platform?
What's hot?
I don't know. I think by this point you should probably be able to purchase New Tales from the Borderlands on all platforms where I play Octavio. And you can play as my guy. And you can also watch The Imperfects on Netflix where I play Alejandro. Bye.
I mean, yeah, you've been listening to Diego play games for whatever, 45 episodes now. And like, you gotta play him as a playable character, Maddie.
Hi, you can follow me on social media at Madeline H. Smith on Twitter and Madeline Hunter Smith on Instagram.
Nailed it.
Yeah, I plug getting enough sleep. That's really good for your mental health.
Ugh.
Great
I've
call.
never heard of
Yeah.
it. Emma.
Hi, I'm Emma, and you can find me on Instagram at CinderemmaB. This is a PSA after school special. Sorry, I was trying to do a bit and it didn't really go well. I'm also starting a new Instagram account. It's called Danny DeVito's Butt.
Okay.
It's a fan page.
It's a fan page.
Yeah,
Is that the handle? Yeah.
yeah, at Danny
DDB.
DeVito's Butt. I think it's gonna be
I
great.
swear to God, if I look it up and it doesn't exist, we're gonna have a problem.
So, listen, Danny, I know you listen to every episode, and I appreciate your patronage. We didn't really talk to you about this new account, and I'm sorry. So, keep your lawyers off us.
What are you talking about? He's here on the podcast. We heard him earlier.
He's literally right there, Griffin.
Sorry. Well, he just doesn't talk a lot when we're on the Riverside.
No,
anyway, Kev.
You can find us on the web, dieascast.com. You can find us on Facebook at The Die As Cast. Also, leave us a message if you like on Twitter, The Die As Cast. We love to hear from you. We'd love to hear comments, reviews, anything that you want to leave for us, we will happily accept. Griffin.
You've probably been seeing some links in our podcast notes about big old button that says join the Discord, and absolutely you should be joining the Discord because I'm pretty good with the editor of this podcast, and he's told me that there's going to be some Discord exclusive episodes coming up pretty quickly. Whoa. Some of us would maybe suggest that some episode zeros of us making our characters are going to be in the Discord, but only if you're in the Discords. You can follow me on all platforms.
Get in the Discord.
On all platforms at Griffin Cork. If you have any thoughts or questions or concerns, you can email me at griffin@diascast.com. Maddie, you have something else?
I want you to send Griffin pictures of Danny DeVito's butt.
If you do that, I'll remove you from the Discord. Okay. We'll see you all next week.
Bye. Same bat time, same
Nasty.
bat channel.
Great Scott, Robin.